Covering all things LEGO, from Minneapolis to Fiverton and LEGO cities beyond. It's breaking news.
What is up, LEGO fans? Welcome back. Alex here, and this guy.
I'm Jason.
What's up, man?
And we are going to ask Alex.
Oh, it is Ask Alex time.
Woo! Lie.
Here we
See,
go.
You try to lie, you don't like it, but
I love it. I love it, you guys. This is great. Bring it on. I can't believe how many questions just keep rolling in.
Yes. I'm glad they do, because it would be a boring episode if we didn't get it.
We lasted one episode.
It would be like just me asking questions. All right. So
here we go. Yeah, I'm going to try not to be super long-winded today.
Okay.
Hey, come on, man.
Don't
laugh. You gave me a bunch of caffeine. I'm drinking this sugary drink. It's Mountain Dew and
yes, it's so
something.
A big thing they have around here in Utah are soda bars, because we have a large LDS population, or Mormon population, and so we don't drink alcohol, but we drink plenty of soda.
Plenty of sugar.
And so you'll go and you'll get a soda, and they have all these different flavors of syrup. So he is having a watermelon Mountain Dew.
Yeah, for the first time.
And for those of you out there, yes, we know that there is a actual bottled, I think it's Major Melon. It tastes a lot like that, but anyways.
That's good.
All right. Let's
Continue.
get down to some questions.
Let's do it.
First question we have is from someone you may recognize.
Okay.
Brick Artisan.
Hey.
Also Kim Plata.
What's up, Kim? Thank you for your question. This is great. Oh boy, what does he have?
So Kim says, hope you are doing well. One
you, Kim.
question that might interest you and Alex regarding legit non-Lego brands. So I assume we're talking,
Legit.
like
Okay.
Weetrix or
Right.
Fun
Not
Hole,
not
things that are
Leppin.
not Leppin stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Since Alex is a Lego ambassador, does it affect his status if he buys and or sells, builds non-Lego brands and shares it on his channel? I would assume that if it was for personal use, it shouldn't. But if Alex were to have a tie-up with a non-Lego brand, it might cause an issue. Is there any sort of exclusivity clause?
No, not that I'm aware of anyway. But the general idea is that the channel is Lego based, right? It's focused on Lego. Now, if I were to completely change things up and maybe every other video is something non-Lego related, then they might have a problem with that. I don't know how much they look at my stuff afterward. I know that they look at the reviews because I do reports on those and they want the link so they can look at it. But I've done a couple non-Lego reviews and there's no problem with that. I obviously bought it myself or somebody reached out to me usually. But I'll say this, Kim, also that I get a lot of non-Lego companies reaching out to me. And I mean a lot. I'm not being facetious when I say I'm like, there's a lot of that are DMing me and saying, hey, let's do a partnership and blah, blah, blah. And you can make $1 billion with us, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm sure I could. And I just say thanks, but no thanks. Mostly not because I don't want to, but I just don't have the time. It's just too busy with Lego as it is. But no, there's, to answer your question, no. I've failed already with my long-winded questions or answers.
I have a secret for you. You don't know.
Oh, please tell me.
I've gotten multiple emails for promotions
Nice.
addressed to Alex.
Say what?
Yeah, they're like, "Hey, Alex, we want you to promote our stuff." Because we promote my email, so they reach
it's
out to me.
on my channel. Yeah. Yes.
So none of them have looked like anything you'd be interested in. I didn't think you wanted $500,000.
No. It's so funny. Like, oh, you can make $150,000 a month. I'm like, I'm sure I could. Yeah. Anyway, good question. Thanks, Kim. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Thank you.
All right. Next we have is from Josh.
My son?
No.
I didn't think so.
I don't think he has any.
I don't think he
questions for
could
you.
care really anything about what I'm doing with my channel. Anyway, go ahead.
He has actually 3 questions here.
Woo.
that he
Okay.
sent.
Let's do it.
So he says, "Hi guys, my name is Josh and I am from New York. I have a couple questions for you about your city. Probably mostly for you, but we'll see. I've been watching for kind of a while now, and I really like the videos about the city and the various projects. So a couple of questions. 1, I was wondering about your larger MOCs, the big buildings such as Mike's Tower, the Torg Tower.
Yeah.
I saw your Torg building rebuild about a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
And you said the interior would come. I was wondering where that stands and where we're ever going to actually get one. Also, speaking of the first floor of the Shmew Tower, I was wondering if you could shrink your security room and make space for, a smaller security room, as well as maybe like a building manager or office, like an owner office.
Oh, yeah.
A lobby bathroom, and an elevator update. There's
Gosh,
a lot of stuff there. In
a lot
that
of
one
stuff,
question.
and it's a fair question. Thank you.
So can we assume Torg? Nothing.
Well, it doesn't have anything. I want to put an interior in it, but there's two major obstacles standing in my way, and that is time and pieces. Just little things like that. Because I want to do a good job with it, and but the focus has been the Shmew Tower, although it hasn't been the focus because of the rebuild. However, that's one thing I want to focus on because I want to actually take it to brick slopes, and I want to get as much of that interior as possible. But one of my priorities is that elevator. I want the elevator working for the show. So that's my bare minimum requirement for brick slopes. But yeah, interiors are tough, man. I mean, the problem is that they take up a lot of pieces. You wouldn't think that, but they do. There's a lot of detail that goes on in them, and I'm just not really good at that. I'll be honest, I'm not really good with the interior stuff. I've been trying it out with the Shmew Tower, obviously, and I'm going to have plenty of opportunity to improve. But to answer your question with the Torque Tower, I hope so, man. I hope I get there someday. But yeah, I'll at least get the elevator going. I don't know how it's going to look. I hope it works out okay.
Are you going to have it manually run? Or
No,
automated?
it has to be automated. What would be really cool is if I could get some way to automate it so that it goes up and down without having me push the button, or even have like I just thought of this, but an interaction. You push a button and it goes to that floor.
Wow. Okay.
That's probably not going to happen. I'm not that smart, but
no.
Good question, man. Did I answer everything in there? That was
for that one, I think so.
All
Next
right.
one. Is it possible for you to do an interior for the temple in your residential area?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, you know what? With that, yeah, it's possible. I don't know. Gosh, the interior is built in such a way that it really doesn't have multiple floors to it. It's very hollow. Well, it is hollow. And I've thought about actually rebuilding it because it takes up so much space. And I'm just running out of space quick. And I'm thinking about instead of using 4 base plates to 2. And if I do that, then maybe I'll do that interior. But again, just like with other buildings, there's not really a huge rush or need to put an interior in the temple. And again, if I do it, I want to do it right. And there's a lot of detail that goes on inside those temples that are like really intricate and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, but maybe I'll try that. I'm sure someone has already. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, but that's a good one too. Yeah, that's like my oldest mock as far as that scale goes.
Well, I was wondering about that because I don't think you've ever really rebuilt that one. I think I've heard you say that it's kind of, you had originally built it and it's more or less the same.
Yeah, it's had very...
Because I've wondered about that. Like, there's like the white brick and mortar pieces or different things you could do to make it improved, I guess.
Yeah, and I never have. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely way more impressive temple mocks out there. But for mine, it works out okay. It's like one of the originals. That's kind of why I like it. It has this little charm that way. So, yeah.
And then, let's see, we have a third question from Josh.
Let's do it.
I love how you always talk about the practicality of your city.
Huh. Okay.
The way that everything actually works and how the minifigs, if they were real people, they could actually operate.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So to demonstrate that, could you maybe do a video about any person of any age or walk of life, any profession, and show the different things that person would do throughout an average day or how he accomplishes those things in the city of Minneapolis? I guess basically the way that I interpreted this question is, do you think of like your minifigs, do they have stories, or is it you just have a guy, he's going to the store, and you don't think about he's going to the store beyond that?
Yeah, I don't have a lot, because of the scale of it, I don't have the detail like that thought out. But generally speaking, I do think, okay, if I'm in the city and I need to get from my house in the residential area to the airport, how am I going to get there? Is getting a taxi, is taking the airport shuttle or a bus or walking? What's the fastest way to get there? What mode of transportation do I use? How's the infrastructure, right? But that poses a really good question and a possible good series of videos is, all right, today we're looking at Mr. Anderson who lives in this area, and today he works in the city. He works in the SMU Tower. To get there, he takes public transportation because parking is a joke, right? And he works on the 4th floor, and then he goes home. He goes to eat at this shop. You know, I could do that. That sounds actually kind of fun. It does sound like a lot of work. I'll be honest. Yeah. That's time consuming, kind of thinking that all out and following a minifigure along the way. But I guess it sounds entertaining. I don't know. Maybe I do it and it's a hit. And if it's a hit, then I'll probably do it more. But yeah, that's a great suggestion. Actually, that's different. Thank you for that. Yeah.
Maybe that could be a change for Minifig Mayhem. Take those people on an adventure.
Hey, there you go. Today we're taking one of the Minifig Mayhem editions. Yeah.
And then
thank you, Josh.
After the questions, we have a little bit. He says, also, I forgot to mention.
Oh.
I love the little sponsorships at the end of the Breaking News episodes. Really is a highlight for me.
Oh, good.
Also, any plans to upgrade the Lex Complex / make it more substantial?
The Lex Complex? I thought I did a pretty good job with that. Yeah. Well, okay, the Lex Complex is just my singular building right next door to the Sit Complex to kind of help make it look like a thicker building. Not that it needs it. Yeah. But I started putting an interior in it, and I think about maybe 3 or 4 floors actually have an interior. It's got bedrooms, or one has a bathroom, but I gave up on it because it was a lot of work and you never see inside. Yeah. So that's kind of why. So I'm assuming you're talking about the interior of it, because I thought the exterior was pretty sweet. Maybe not.
I like it. I think it looks good. I think
Thanks,
it
man.
Next to the Sit Complex, honestly. All right. Next question is from Tech Elliott. Oh, this is one thing I've noticed. Some of the names, I think, because YouTube has changed to the handles.
Oh,
I think some of the names are slightly different. So because some people have said, hey, thanks for answering my question, but it looks like a slightly different name.
Okay.
But anyway, so if the name is different, it's what was on the question.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so we have from Tech Elliott.
Tech Elliott, or Elliott.
You should make a separate channel for Breaking News. It's more of a statement, but it is a thought. I'm just curious what your thoughts are on it.
How do other people do it?
Well, A-Fool is all on Brick Train's channel.
And we split ours up, huh?
So that's the one thing that, is maybe difficult. I don't know. Is it difficult for people to follow our videos? Like, oh, I only see half.
On mine, and it's on yours, and it's on.
It is kind of
a 2-channel deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Personally, I'll be honest, for me, it's a huge help because my videos are too short. These are where I get a lot of my watch time, honestly. So I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
But then who owns it? Who runs it? And then everyone's got to subscribe again. It's a whole thing.
Well, you do all the work, so I mean, you could do it on yours if you want. You want to do that?
No.
Well, for right now, I'm happy with the format.
I'm okay with the way it's working right now. You know, once it starts bringing in all the money, then I want it.
Yeah. Well, you have done most of the work. He does do all the work.
All the pennies.
Yeah, all the pennies. Yes. I just show up and answer questions and drink this delicious Mountain Dew watermelon flavor.
All right, so next question is from Mardi Gras Man 23.
Hey, I think I know that guy.
I think you know that guy.
Sounds familiar.
Now, before you answer this question, let me read it, and then I have something I think will make this more interesting.
Okay.
He says, Alex, if you walked into Fiverton and walked out with any mock / set that you wanted to transport to Minneapolis, what would it be? Don't answer. And then he proceeded to ask Jason, what would you take from Minneapolis? So this is where I think it will be fun. I think I want us to write what we think the other person will say.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's a little unfair because pretty much everything I have, you have in your city, with the exception of 2 things. But that's okay. There's a couple things. I have some ideas. I know I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably not the UCS X-Wing for you, but I will.
It's right there. I can see. I want it.
I'm going to write a set and something in my city, and we'll see if you can guess.
Hold on. I'm just making sure that you don't have. Let's hold on here.
All right. So that's what I think you are going to say. You can say what you think. I put a set that's not in my city and something in my city.
So this is something that you would take from my city.
This is what I think you are going to say. So you're going to write what you think I'm going to say that I would take from your city and or your collection.
I think. Ooh, that's tough. I'm thinking about.
This is like the Newlywed Game.
Okay, I think. Oh, it could be the other one.
Yeah, I know which two you're thinking between.
Yep. Oh, I smudged it bad because I spelled it wrong.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't know. It's like 50-50. All right. Oh, is there a two-part?
That was it. It was you and then me. What would we take? So who
Okay.
wants to go first? Do you want to say what he asked you? So you go ahead and say what you would take from mine. And if it's none, that's okay. I won't feel bad.
This is tough because I mean the UCS sets. I want the frickin' sail barge badly. That thing is pretty sweet. But man, hold on a second. I'm thinking here. I never really thought about this before though. That's a tough thing.
Well, that's good. You haven't thought about stealing my stuff.
I haven't thought about stealing your stuff. I mean, there's a lot that I want. That's for sure. But if there's like one item that I want to nab, gosh.
Well, let me ask you I think this will be
I
the
don't know.
easier one for you. Is there anything from my city that you would
The
say?
city? Well, I want your skyscraper. That's cool, but that's a mock though.
Well, that's what he said, set or mock.
Oh yeah, I'd totally take your mock. Your skyscraper. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, okay.
Why would I not?
Is there a set? Because
As far as a set
I have a
goes.
set as well as that.
Oh, okay. Well, in your city though.
Well, he said it. He said in the city, but the way I look at it is, like, I think I have more things out of my city that would be more appealing to you, honestly.
Yeah.
And there's one I think is hands down what you would want.
So that's what I'm
I
missing
think you'll
here.
miss it, but I.
Apparently, I am missing it because it's not like an automatic like, oh yeah, I took this for sure. So when you probably show me that, like, oh yeah, you're right.
I know you will. I am 100% sure you're going to be like, oh,
Well,
yeah, that would be the one.
Okay, well, I mean, the Indiana Jones stuff, I'm like, meh, you know.
I know you're meh on that.
The UCS Star Wars sets, I'm like,
You
okay,
have 'em all.
I got them. Yeah, we got that
2 months
covered.
ago, you would have said the Razor Crest.
Yes, that would have been easy. But I'm looking around the room. I'm thinking of upstairs.
I do have the castle from 2004. It's not out here, but
Have I expressed interest in this before?
I have heard you say that this is something you want.
Oh, shoot. This is bugging me. Mardi Gras, man, why did you do this? I don't know. It's killing me. I'm not going to think of it.
So
You're going to... Wait, what? Is it a theme? Like a certain theme? Or would that be a dead giveaway?
it's from the ideas line.
Whoa. I want Wally.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah, I want
I
Wally.
said Wally, and I said you'd want the grocery store mock. Evidently not.
The grocery store mock is sweet, but
That's okay.
I would definitely find an awesome spot for your skyscraper if you want me
Really?
to take it for you. But yeah, Wally is yeah, I
I
want
figured
Wally.
Wally would be the thing out of all of
Well,
my
it's
collection
just
that you would
unique,
like.
and
And I've
I
heard
wanted,
you express
yeah.
that. And that might have been when you were on the A-Fool podcast. You said
Yeah.
that. I can't recall.
Yeah, it
But-
was. Yeah, I remember
So
that.
that's what I said. All right. So from your collection,
Did you see my card?
I
Those
did
flash.
not. I did
Okay.
not see it. I mean, there's so much. I'll be honest. You have so many things that are way
Well,
better
two
than
came to my mind immediately, and nothing else.
The one I would probably select, because you've got, I mean, of course, I'm going to guess the two you were debating between.
Yeah, go ahead and
were
do that.
Ghostbusters.
Yes.
And Cafe Corner.
Ooh, close.
Okay.
Close.
The one that I probably would lean towards would be the monorail.
Yes, I was thinking the monorail was one, and the Ghostbuster Firehouse was the other. So those are the two I was thinking of.
If I had to pick between them, I would go with the monorail.
Would you really?
I would.
Huh.
It's worth $6,000.
Yeah, right.
For those of you that don't know, there was someone locally that was selling one on the classifieds.
But the
used.
Ghostbusters Firehouse is more achievable.
Well, that's the thing. I could go buy the Ghostbusters Firehouse.
But
I don't see myself
okay, with that
going and buying.
with
the
that being said, let me
monorail.
add this. Cost-wise, they're kind of similar. Well, the Ghostbusters Firehouse, you could get. Well, I don't know. It depends on the condition if they're new use. So
I don't know.
I said the Ghostbusters Firehouse. That's what I said.
I debated, and I've had more time to think about this than you, honestly, because I was putting them
He's
together
always
last
plotting.
night.
Ah.
But, yeah, I mean, but there's so many things. I mean, like, if you said, well, you can have green grocer, I wouldn't be like, oh, well, I don't want that.
Yeah, right.
So.
Well, Cafe Corner. Yeah, no, now that I think about
I thought about that one. That was one of the first ones that came to my
Yeah.
mind, and I might actually pick Cafe Corner over the Ghostbusters set.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's tough to say, but
Well, if I didn't have Cafe Corner, I would want that more than the other two as well.
That's one that I've debated
Yeah.
piecing and building.
Yeah.
You know, at least most of it, maybe
Right.
alternating the windows, whatever. So.
Well, that was a great question. That could have been its own episode.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
All right, next question. Moving along is from MGMG3000.
Hi.
I think this is one that the name got
Yes,
changed.
definitely.
But that's the name that was on the question. It says, I'm wondering if either of your wives, if you or your wives, have interest in the art sets. I'm thinking Starry Night and the Great Wave, not so much the sets that are the dots. So not like the Sith one back there. So that's the question. Any thoughts on that? And I will answer this first.
Okay. Fair enough.
And say, yes, I have this one. I absolutely love this set. For the 8 of you that watched my video, you know this was the set that I picked as the top set of 2022. I think
Really?
this was
That's
the
good
best set they released because of it was different than anything else, and a lot of the techniques in building
Yeah.
it are really, really interesting. This could be a little tedious because
I was thinking that too. It was
But
so similar
the
colors.
thing about it is you got extra plates, and I think their point was it doesn't have to be exact. It could kind of be however
nice.
you did
Okay.
it. So I really enjoyed this one. Now, that being said, I don't think I'm going to pick up the Great Wave.
Oh, yeah.
That's not to say there's anything against it, but I do think they've done a great job with these.
Yeah, that is
There's
nice.
rumors there's going to be a Batman one that's similar to this, I think.
Really? Okay.
Like Gotham, and it comes out or something.
Ooh,
I don't know.
that's pretty cool.
Ooh,
Oh, it's
go.
coming out of its.
breaking it.
It was nice.
It's breaking news. Good. So I don't know. Have you thought about those at all?
I've thought about them, yeah. Well, when it comes to the art sets, I don't collect them, and Mindy has not expressed any interest in them. I think she's seen the sets, and she goes, "Oh, that's cool, interesting." And honestly, if I were to pick up any of them, it would be Starry Night. I think that is probably the best one that they've come out with. I picked up a couple of the I don't know, there's probably a word for them, but they're the smaller ones.
Oh, like the sketches?
Sketches, yeah. And
Like the Batman? And
yeah, and I don't know why I bought those.
Because they were
Laps
$14.
yeah, they're cheap, and they get even cheaper because they go on discount soon after because nobody buys them. But I did. I stopped pretty quick after I got those. I'm like, oh, these are awkward. They don't stand up very well. I guess they're okay, but no, there's no interest that I don't see them joining my collection anytime soon. I got too much stuff anyway. You know what? Also, I will say this: the botanical stuff. Mindy has also not expressed any interest in those either.
Really?
Yeah, she would rather have the real thing. Usually, because people the appeal is that they're fake. They're Lego. They're never gonna die. But no, she wants the real thing. She wants to go outside and work in the yard. That is her Lego city for her. Yeah.
I think my wife likes them because she says, I have a brown thumb.
That's great.
So
it
the
works.
Lego doesn't die.
It works. Everybody
If you
wins.
get to water it, you're better off.
Well, if I was like that too, I'd be like, I'm all about the Lego and not the real thing because it would die too. I have a brown thumb as well. So I'll leave it up to Mindy.
Let's see. Speaking of wives, the next question comes from Fiverton Gal.
Oh, no.
Or maybe a comment.
Are we in trouble?
I'm not.
I'm probably in trouble.
The answer to the basement expansion is still no.
That's not a question. It's a no.
Next question. This is another one I think that the handle got changed.
Okay.
Robbie Lyons 8360.
Robbie.
Wouldn't the Taxi Garage be a cool TV set? You could have a mini Danny DeVito and Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah. Well, and if they did that,
That
Philadelphia, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, they could use
Yes.
the Danny DeVito there and use
They
the
could-
Christopher Lloyd
yes.
from Back to the Future.
I never even thought about that, but yeah, that would be kind of.
Well, as I read this question, I was putting them together. I had the thought. We talked about this. I think it was last month, where someone had asked what TV lines we would like,
Right.
and you were like, "Well, Modern Family," and I was like, the problem is where would that be set? Taxi is a perfect example, like that, or Cheers, where everything is
in that
basically
same
one
spot.
and
Yeah.
you would recognize, the bar from
Immediately,
Cheers, or you
right.
recognize the garage from Taxi. So yeah, I think it would work well. I don't know that there's
Is there
the
enough demand for that?
following at
Yeah,
this
the
point,
following
'cause
would be
it's
kind of
such
tough.
an
It is
old
pretty
show,
old. Yeah.
right? I mean, you know, we're what, mid-40s, and it's probably when we were young.
Yeah, very like
You know.
yeah, very very young.
So, but yeah, I think those would be a lot of fun to have.
Yeah,
Andy Kaufman. What is
that's a good
Latka?
one.
Then we have a second question from Rob Lyons, or this is actually more of a statement.
Oh, a statement. Okay.
Hey, Alex,
Ah.
you can be a Trekkie and a Star Wars guy. I am both.
Yes.
And
yes.
I would say he's not. He's one. He's a Star Trek guy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look, I like
Let me ask
Star
you
Wars
this,
is
though.
okay.
This got me thinking about it. And I'm not saying you don't like Star Wars at all. But you're definitely much more of a Star Trek guy than a Star Wars guy, I would say.
Yes.
You know, whereas
I
me,
agree.
I would probably say I'm much more of a Star Wars guy than a Star Trek guy. I mean,
Sure.
I've seen them all, you know, at least the movies.
Yeah.
A good number of the shows. You know, I used
Sure.
to like Deep Space Nine when that was on and whatever. But I just love Star Trek or Star Wars more. And I would say you're kind of
Yeah.
the converse. And I would say most people that are both probably they lean one way or the other.
Probably. Yeah.
I would probably say that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said. No, that's good. Thank you. Good comment. Good comment.
All right, next one is from Christian Harry 7733.
Whew. Say that 3 times fast.
Well, I think this is another one. They added numbers and whatever.
Yeah, that's all right. You know who you are.
There should be a section called Alex Rants.
Well,
Well, we have a new section like that.
it's kind of evolved
The
into
fourth
that.
week is, you know,
We just
vintage
said,
reviews where we
heck with
start
it.
out nice and happy and then
let's
we rant.
just
That's-
rant, because that's apparently what we. You know, almost every video turns into a rant. Honestly, it's funny, but yeah, it's good.
Next question.
Comment question.
Comes from Brickzar. We've hit it big time.
Oh wow, the celebrities are coming in.
This is what he said. Because you remember we talked, there was
this-
a question about non-Lego.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
like,
yeah. Right.
You know, Fun Hole and Weebrick and that.
Right. Okay.
This is what he says. Weebrick, Mold King, Fun Hole, Brick Loot, Lepin. By any other name, it's still not worth it. I've received 2 items for free, and I genuinely regret it. Did you see his recent train review?
No, I haven't seen that.
He got I think it's the Mold King train.
Oh no.
And it kept coming off the track, and it was not working. I think he had to go
Shoot.
get his Lego track so it could run.
Really?
And it had all kinds of problems, yeah.
It only goes when I hold the button. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
It was a disaster. It was a train wreck.
Ah, brum, psh.
I think you might have used that joke, but
I
was a
could
good
see
one.
him doing that for sure.
yeah.
That's too
Yeah,
bad.
he doesn't talk good about it, and I think they sent it to him to get him to say good stuff, and
Careful what you wish
It
for.
didn't
man.
work so well.
Did not work. It totally
yeah.
derailed.
there you go. Next question is from Kenneth R-XO4KN.
Hey, Kenneth.
I have another question for Alex. Have you finally put those light kits I purchased for you at Christmas time into their prospective vehicle? I think we would love to see what they look like, as well as your rants or compliments on the inserting of the wires, battery packs, and LEDs.
Awesome. No, thanks for the question. And
I warned him. I said,
mean-
you're going to be brought to task today on it.
no, that's fair enough. Well, to be clear here, just so you guys know, he sent me light kits for free, no cost to me, to put into my. I think actually for Christmas, like a Christmas gift. And I said, thank you very much. I love it, and I love the way it looks in the Ferrari, the Daytona SP3. Looks fantastic, and I really want to see what they look like in those cars as well. The problem that I keep running into, Kenneth, and I'm really sorry, is that it's just I don't have the time to get to it, man. I had, so I will say this, I probably will have some more time. Oh, I shouldn't even say that because I don't know what the future holds, but I had my Twitch agreement that is now over. So I'm a little more free with my time in that regard, because that was tying me up a lot for a good 3 months.
Because it was like 20 hours.
I had to
a
hit 20
week or
hours
something you
per
had
the
to do for
agreement.
3 weeks,
Yeah.
months.
And I'm over that now as of, I think that ended in May.
May, I think.
And so I've just been kind of doing it as I want to do it, which isn't a lot, honestly. And on top of that, there's others that have sent me a light kit. And I know, so I'm like, oh, I can't believe other people have sent you a light kit. That have an expectation to be doing a full review on, and they are asking me the same question. Hey, what the heck? What's going on? I'm like, I'm busy, all right? Because there's no contract. There's no agreement. I appreciate that they've sent me the kits for no charge, and I will do a video. I will. It's just a matter of getting to it, because what happens is other things happen that are priorities in my life, such as obviously my family. My kids are busy right now with football and sports and things like that. And my wife works 2 jobs, not because of my Lego hobby, because she wants to. All right? I swear it's not because of my Lego hobby, because she wants to. Seriously.
Yeah.
She does. Okay. Anyway, now that I got that out of the way. But no, those light kits look awesome, and I think they're going to look really cool. And I will do a video of them, Kenneth, so thanks for your patience. I'll get there eventually, maybe in 5 or 6 years. Don't know.
Well, it doesn't help that Lego sends you sets.
That's
because you've had a lot of big ones recently.
That is more of an obligation for me too, with the channel specifically. So as those come in, there's a lot of those right now, a lot of them that I got to get done within the next month, and there's more on the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that.
What was all that talk about Sugar Mama?
Yeah,
Mindy's your sugar mama?
She is my sugar mama. She is fantastic. Anyway,
yes. Yeah. No, she is. She is great. Okay, next question. This is from a Brick Dreamer.
Brick
Dreamer. Him. We hear from him regularly. Thank you for answering my question. That was about the favorite Lego channels. So
right. I remember. Right.
And he said, I agree with you. Brick crafts at Robin Hood Bricks are my favorite Lego cities. I don't know about the Disney one. That was Craggle Creations with a K on both.
Oh, yeah.
I'll check it out. So, have you checked out Brick Crafts? Because I'm sure you've heard of Robin Hood Bricks.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you check out Brick Crafts?
I can't remember if I looked. I did check out a few. I don't remember that one specifically, though.
I'm going to show you something quickly. We're going to pause for a moment while I show him this.
We now
because
pause.
2 other people commented, both Rob Lyons and Illusion30. They specifically said, I agree about Brick Crafts.
Oh.
And you've never seen this guy, I know, and I've mentioned him to you before. So
all right.
I thought I'd show you this, and then you can just give a brief reaction.
All right. This ain't community commentary, but I'll check it out.
A few moments later.
So, you've had a little sampling of Brick Crafts. What do you think?
I think it's amazing. First off, I have seen his work before. That's stuff. I just made the connection. I'm like, oh, that's Brick Crafts, of course. So I haven't watched videos of it. I've just seen him on social media and posts and things like that. I'm like, oh, that's a pretty impressive setup. But I've never taken the time to like, oh, who is this guy? What's he doing? And what's he got set up here? But that is very noteworthy. Absolutely. Incredible space. I love the different sections. That's amazing.
Well, the thing I've loved about watching his, and I would probably think would be of real interest to you, are some of the techniques he uses, and he shows how he builds like some of the trees and
cool
things like that.
Yeah.
The trees that I did, I basically, those ones the round trees.
Yeah, I love those. Yeah, I saw those in the city.
I kind of got the inspiration from one of the builds he did. So
right. That's cool. And I love the stories in it too.
Yeah. All right, next question is from Tim L.
Hey, Tim.
He said, I do not consider Market Street a modular. I don't care what Lego thinks. It's obviously not the same quality as the original modulars.
Yep.
And besides, the number 3 serves to prove the point. The number 3 on the fire brigade.
Oh, okay.
I think that got cut out. The number 3 serves to prove that point, that it definitely does not belong in the main line.
Very interesting point, and I agree because I don't have it. So, that is actually a very valid point because it wasn't released as a modular. It was released the same year as Cafe Corner, and it was on the box. It was designed by Lego fans.
Yeah.
And so you're right. It really isn't technically a modular or part of that modular line. Yeah.
But I mean, if Lego says it is, I don't know. I mean,
well, Lego can say a lot of things.
Well, they do say a lot of things. Because you could just make the same thought about some of the UCS sets, right? Like there's that UCS Hoth base.
Yeah.
UCS set, people say it's not, but it says on the box, Ultimate Collector Series. I don't know. I mean, I understand his point, and
yeah, it's a good point. It's a very valid point.
But you could make the same point about the older ones. If you were to compare Cafe Corner to the Jazz Club, is there really a comparison in the detail, especially inside the building?
Well, no, but then again,
But I'm just saying you could pick apart and be like, well, I don't know.
yeah, but I think this is a stronger argument.
I would agree.
There you go. I agree.
Okay.
Because that way I can say officially, I have all of the modulars.
Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Let's see. We have a few more questions. These were actually on on the other videos. These were not on the Ask Alex, but I try to go through all of them.
Okay.
So
All right.
we have a couple other questions and/or comments.
And/or comments.
Let's see. Bastine Chen 1136. I believe that's how you would pronounce that.
I'm not even going to try. But yes. Hey, what's up?
See, I'm the one that has to pronounce the name, so I apologize if I mess it up. It says, I have a question. Which set you both would recommend you buy first? Oh, this was a question that was asked. I did answer this online.
Oh, okay.
Because of the timing around it.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So the question was, which of these sets would you recommend I get first? Rivendell, the Lion Castle, or Ninjago Markets, and why? I want all of them, but I want to buy them on the double VIP weekend. So this was a couple weeks ago when we had the double VIP. So I went ahead and answered it because now wouldn't be of help to you. I mean, maybe for next time, but I will tell you what I said, and then you can say what you think.
Okay.
I looked at those, and my response was, I would, if you want all three of them equally, I would get the castle because it's the oldest. The other two came out in the last 2 months. So
fairly recently, yeah.
The other one came out. It's been out about a year now, so it's most likely to disappear.
Yes.
That would be the reason I would say that. If you have sets that you want equally, go with the oldest one.
Right.
Generally, that's going to go away first. Not always. There's Assembly Square has been out forever.
Gosh, it has been, yeah.
But that is generally the rule I would say to go by, unless you
that's-
really want something else more.
No, that's great logic. I wouldn't disagree with that at all. Personally, the castle is the best out of those three. But though I will say, I don't have any major desire to get Rivendell, though I can definitely see its appeal as a collector's item. But Ninjago Markets, that thing is, I mean, it's great. But when you compare it to the 90th anniversary Lion Knight's Castle, it doesn't compare. That thing is just a solid, all-around, amazing build.
Well, and I would think, in my opinion, I don't have either of those. But having seen yours, I would also say the Markets, I could see them being a much more attractive purchase if you have the prior Ninjago City sets.
Yes, that would make a big
If that's the
difference.
only one you have, the castle's going to be much more
if that's
on its own
right,
set.
yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, if that's the only Ninjago modular you have, then it would look a little bit out of place for sure. Yeah.
But I've seen it with your others because you have the other three, so there's 4 of them.
Right.
They look really good together. So, anyways.
Good question.
Next one is from Noah Milky.
Hey, Noah.
He says, "This is for me.
Oh, nice.
Jason, I challenge you to build a buildable size Oswald the Lucky Rabbit."
Hey, I challenge you as well.
I will be honest, I have thought about this.
I'll bet you have.
I have
Not
thought
surprised.
quite a bit about it. I have some ideas, but as of right now, I haven't taken the plunge yet.
That'd be kind of cool.
I know. There was one at Brick World. Did you see Brick Trains tagged me on Instagram because he
Ooh.
saw it. It was more
I
brick
haven't
built, so it
seen
wasn't
that
like
one.
the
No.
Mickey and
Okay.
Minnie style. It was more, blocky. I
Yeah.
guess. But
Gotcha.
yeah, so
Still pretty cool.
next we have Crystal Welsh 3297.
Hey, Crystal.
This is the best video ever. Oh, this was on our Bricking News, just so you know.
Oh, okay.
This was the best video ever. Love the Oswald Army. I'll just tell you, anything that I said before, anything that we can make Alex feel bad, I would read those comments. Anything about the Oswald Army, you're probably going to get that read too.
Yeah,
Because I decide he doesn't.
it's true.
I love an Oswald Army. I even had to go and watch the Oswald cartoon,
Oh, wow.
and it made my day.
I'll bet it did.
Now, this is what I will tell people about Oswald cartoons.
Okay, let's hear it.
So, that was Walt Disney's first character. Started in 1927
Wow.
and 28. And then it was in 1928 that his distributor basically took the character from him.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so he was coming back from New York. And then there's the whole legend about how Mickey was made. That's a whole other thing. But there were only, I think, 27 Oswald cartoons that were made by Disney. Everything after 1928 is not a Disney Oswald cartoon.
Wow.
It's a Universal or
Right.
Fleischer picture.
Interesting.
So, and of the 27, 6 are lost forever. We've not found them.
No.
Yeah, there's been 3 or 4, like in the last decade, that they've found lost copies, like in
Wow.
Norway and England. So, yeah. So
I
it's
did
pretty
not know
cool.
that. That's interesting.
So, if you're watching Oswald cartoons, make sure they're older ones. If they're
Right.
after 28, it's not an Oswald cartoon.
Okay.
There you go. That's your Oswald knowledge.
That's good.
And then we have one last one.
One
here.
more. Whew, finally. Oh, here we go.
This is also from Brickzar.
What?
I know.
Again?
This
What
was on
is
the first
going
video.
on here?
This was on Breaking News last month.
All right.
He
Okay.
said, I am really hoping the Oswald army catches the tipper truck army.
Wow.
He said, no one has an Oswald army, in quotes. That's the tipper truck army philosophy as well. That is great.
That is great.
First off, there's no way it's going to catch the tipper truck army.
I would be astonished.
I mean, just
If
to
you even
get
got
1,000
halfway.
would be like $5,000
Yes,
in
yeah.
Oswald. Think about this.
That is crazy.
If you get them on discount, say I'm getting them for $3, that's still crazy.
So that's about 1,500 Oswalds, thereabouts, right?
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking 1,000, which would put me kind of in the ballpark.
Yeah, that would get you in the ballpark for sure.
I'm at 80 as of this recording.
Well, I think you could get to 100. I think
I'll
100 is
probably
very
get to
realistic.
100. I'll
Well, you-
probably get there.
Yeah, yeah.
But
One step at a time,
yes.
right? One Oswald at
One
a time.
Oswald. That's one small Oswald for man.
One
One
giant
leap for
Oswald
Oswald
army.
kind. I don't know.
Something like that. Well, we didn't rehearse that, darn it.
We'll work on that for next time.
Yeah, we'll get it down. Wow. All right, those are great questions.
Yeah.
Dang, they got me squirming over here.
So if you have any comments, questions, things you want us
Concerns?
to get, please go ahead and submit those. You can
Rants?
submit those. Well, you can always start things that might get Alex to rant. We can always hope. I do my best.
That's easy enough to do.
But yeah, just put those in the comments. Like I said, I try to review all of those and get those in here. Hopefully, I've not missed it. If so, I do apologize. It's not on purpose. You can also email or direct message, but I've found that
Is
the
email the
comments have actually been the
comments.
easiest way
Oh, okay.
because they're all right there with the video.
Yeah. There you go,
And I
guys.
look at basically the last month's video.
Well, that's not to say they can't email. They
No,
can
you
still
can.
email.
It just, I just go through all the comments and do them that way. So,
Right on. Okay.
so
Great stuff.
yeah, go ahead and get those in if you have other questions. Things that, about the Oswald Army, things that make Alex cringe or feel bad. We like those too.
Yes, indeed, we do. I guess.
Someone does. I know they do.
That's great stuff. Great stuff. Yes, thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'd like to thank today's sponsor. This episode of Breaking News is brought to you by Four Palms Park. This beautiful park, located just outside the famous Sanderland Amusement Park, offers a great escape from busy life. Want to stay a while? No problem. Four Palms Park now offers great campsites. Book online or call today to reserve your spot. Whether your visit is a few days or just a few minutes, you'll find fun for the whole family. But don't take our word for it. Here's what Joey from Indiana had to say.
Me and my wife were walking through the park the other day, and I spotted these trees, and I told my wife, I said, hey, look, they're kind of shady.
Can't top that. Four Palms Park, not your average walk in the park.
All right, so any thoughts on brick crafts?
So,
Do you want to wait till you're done with that?
well,
I,
I'm eating an
I'm
ice cube.
asked.
Okay, go ahead.